Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Adam. Welcome to another P3D video, and today I'm going to show you how to write an XML script for P3D. This will be good for versions 4, 5 and 6. In the description box below there is a link to my Discord. Come into my Discord, you'll need to read the rules channel. You need to click the A to unlock the other two channels, so you can then assign yourself the pilot role in the grab a role channel, and then in the assets channel you will see a scenery XML add-on zip file. Download that to your PC and extract it, and you will have this document. This is a template script that's been written that contains everything really you need within a XML document. And what basically an XML add-on is, if we go and open up my add-ons folder, so in P3DV5 add-ons location, these are all the XML add-ons that I have. Now, a lot of these files just have the XML link document contained within. There's nothing actually in. This folder doesn't actually take up much space on my C drive, because it's literally just got a link file of 1 kilobyte in, and that link file links to an add-on. So if we look at one of these, this is for St. Martin for Flight Tampa. I'm going to go through each of these lines and talk about what they mean, and then how you'll be able to link and write your own by filling out these fields. In actual fact, there's one missing here. Oh, the sound, it's there. Scripts, that's what's missing. I need to insert a scripts one, but I'll show you how to do that yourself. So basically, an XML add-on is just a normal add-on for P3D that has been given a link file, the XML document, to put it in the sim. So P3D reads this XML document. The XML document is just a link file to your add-on, inserting it into the sim and all the folders that it contains. So if we go and have a look at the add-on for Flight Tampa, we can see the address here under path. So it's in my D drive, P3D, add-ons, airports, and then we scroll down and it's called St. Martin. So it's Flight Tampa, not it's in the Flight Tampa folder, sorry, there we are, and it's St. Martin there. So all of these folders here are linked into this script. So you've got the ships, the boats that they've made, they're the sim objects. You've got the effects, which are the effects category. We've got the scenery and the texture folder, which actually contains the airport. And then you've got scripts and you've got world. So this is what contains within the St. Martin add-on for this airport, Flight Tampa. So in your add-ons folder, we bring it up and we go into documents, add-ons. This is where those folders will sit. So Flight Tampa is here for St. Martin, and then inside it's just this link file here, and that's it. You don't really need to put your add-on in here as well, as long as the link file sends P3D to the right location. So you can have all of your add-ons here linked somewhere else, and that's exactly what I've done. You just need to go to where that add-on is, you know, and then take the address here at the top and Control-C to copy it, and then paste it into the pathway for each of the categories. So an XML script will contain various categories. This is a typical one. It's got sim objects, it's got texture, scenery, effects, scripts. There's a complete list on the Lockheed Martin's P3D Learning Library website of all of the categories that you can actually XML and the sim will pick up. But these are probably the most common. Sometimes you won't even have hardly any of these. You might just have one line, which will be the airport itself, this one. Now, each of these categories is what's called a component. And you'll notice that in between each of the categories, there is an add-on component. That is basically stating that this is an add-on component, and the category for this particular one we're looking at is effects, and the pathway to find those effects, and then to say add-on component done. That is basically how each of your entries should look. So let's go through the document line by line. The very first thing is the encoding of the file must be UTF-8 and XML version. This can either say 1 or 4, depending on how old your add-on is. And then, oh no, XML version is 1, sorry. And then sim-based document type is add-on XML, version 4, and with the ID to say that it's an add-on. These two lines are crucial. If these are not put in, the add-on will not work. Like, it won't show up. Because you're telling the sim exactly what the document is. This is basically, all this is a text file. That's it. But now, with these two lines of coding, you've turned it into an instructional file on where to find the add-on. And then, of course, you've got the add-on name. Now, that's not a crucial thing to put in, but the name must match. This name that's been given here, you'll notice it is the name of the folder. Now, it doesn't have to be the name of the folder in the add-ons file here, in the add-ons directory. It doesn't have to be this. You can change this to whatever you want it to be. It's irrelevant, because what P3D does is it looks in all the folders for an XML document and then goes, there it is. So it doesn't matter what this name is, but to keep it the same is like, handy, so you don't, lose track of where you are. So all of these have an XML document contained within, but where they link to, so they link to this file folder here, this has to have the same name, FLIGHTSIM-St. Martin, as the add-on name itself here. The sim will not pick up anything if the name is different to where the add-on is located. Okay? So you got your name in there. So in our actual sort of template version, all you need to do is highlight this and replace it with the folder name itself. So you click on that, and then you'd highlight that, and then you'd paste it in there. Now, if you're using Visual Studio Code, it can be a bit easier in the fact that once you put in all your entries, you'll notice that it highlights every single one. This is also to help you concur that you've written it correctly, because if I was to see a name here and it wasn't highlighted after highlighting this one, it means that these aren't the same, and anywhere where it says add-on name, it has to be the same. It has to match, otherwise, again, the sim won't pick it up. So the add-on description isn't a necessity, okay? I've put it in there just for completeness, but you can leave that blank if you want, or you can write whatever you want, just to give yourself an idea of what it is the add-on is. Maybe write the developer's name there, but you can write anything you want there. And now we've got the add-on components, which are the packages, if you will, of the XML script. So the first one is a script for, is a component for scripts, and then link in the folder for scripts. Scripts basically tend to be anything really. Sometimes, most often there will be a LUA source file, but The reason that they're used could be a season change, could be for many reasons, but it's important that you link in the folder scripts within the pathway, otherwise it won't get picked up. Second one down is effects. Again, you're just linking, go into the effects folder, take the address, and then you're going to highlight the path and then paste that address in. Scenery. Now this is the actual airport itself, which only contains a scenery and a texture folder. That's it. So the sim knows this. So when you're pointing it towards the actual airport, you only need to point it to the main folder where these two folders sit. You don't actually have to point it to the scenery folder or the texture folder. You point it here, and the sim will automatically read what's inside the scenery and what's inside the texture. Now, FLIGHTSIM have actually pointed it to the scenery because I think they've specified certain files within the texture folder to be that need to go elsewhere. So this texture folder serves two purposes. It has files in here for the texture of the airport, but also for the default of the sim as well. So in this case, they have pointed it to the scenery path, and they've put the name in, which again must match the add-on name here, and that's the actual airport itself. The next one is the stub file by the looks of it, just by looking at this, which can be found in the world scenery folder, which is this stub file here. Now, these files aren't actually needed in current V5. As you can see, they've just put dummy here, which means it's worthless, and that's been turned off. So everything in this file, in this folder, it does not load into the sim at all. It's these things aren't needed really anymore, but obviously FLIGHTSIM have written it in and given it a layer for whatever reason. But again, it's got the name of the add-on and a layer. Now this layering system instructs the sim to place it, because it's a low number, it's only number 3, at the bottom of your scenery library, because in the scenery library the layering is reversed. If that had a layer of like 950, it would be nearer the top of the scenery library. But because it's layer 3, you know, the layering starts at 1 and works its way up to the top in the written code version. But the priority system works in the exact opposite way. It starts at the top and goes 1, 2, 3, all the way down to the bottom to however many you've got in. But the layering of your sim is done in reverse, so that's why that exists. Not really necessary. This whole thing I could remove and it wouldn't affect the add-on whatsoever. The next one is the texture folder. Now, so because it's got the type here, world, this is telling the sim that this is actually meant to go inside the world texture folder within the root of the sim. So it's saying look inside the texture folder, and the textures that you're picking up in here will be like selectively chosen to go into the that world location of the simulator. That's where you find these things. Again, FLIGHTSIM have written this XML out, but if you see that it says the world type, that's to point it to the Sims root folder. The next one is again a type with global, which again is meant to go into, you know, this is in the scenery folder. So within the scenery folder, you've got world, global, base, and then you've got a load of folders that say, you know, 00 to 900. So in the global folder, you know, whatever is sitting in this folder is meant to go into the global folder, and it's meant to go within the global texture because it's a category texture. So the sim knows where to plop these down. It doesn't really plop them down, it just puts them in a cache location. But if you were to install this as a non-XML, that's where these files would need to go into in order for the add-on to work properly. And the final line here we've got is sim objects, which are simple ships. So this is the address for it here. FLIGHTSIM AI ships, and all of these ships which FLIGHTSIM created will go into the sim object folder, because it's a category sim object. So looking at this one I've written, I've given you the airport one. That's the airport one at the top. I've given you a global type of texture. If it needs to say world, you just change that to world. I've given you one that's for sound, because sometimes add-on airports, they do have sound folders contained within that they add in as well. I've also given you an effects one, which at the end of the day, you can, if sound isn't needed, you can change that category to scripts, and now you've got a script one. And you've also got a sim object for any aircraft that goes in, and all you need to do is change the pathway here to the location of the folder for the add-on, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Once you've done this, click save and rename this file that says addon scenery.xml. Just take off the scenery title, and it's called addon XML, and now that's that file, that folder, could now go sit inside of your add-ons folder in here, and you're good to go. And then you just start your sim up, and you'll get a little box that pops up and says, you know, do you wish to add this to your sim? You click yes, and you're inside your sim, and everything's good. I do recommend, once you add an add-on XML and you load into your sim, is to shut your sim down, okay, like so, and then open up the scenery indexes folder. So the location here is P3DV5, Lockheed Martin, program data, you'll find it in scenery index is 64, and just highlight all of these and delete them, get rid of them, and then you can load back into your sim, and they will all regenerate from the sim, from, you know, with the new layering inserted, and things will look fine. And that's basically it, guys. That's how you sort of write a XML code. You just change the pathways to the template that is in my Discord, and you can now assign this to any airport that you like, that you wish to have as an XML. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, I give away 50 euros of FLIGHTSIM vouchers every single month. To be in with a chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below in any one of my P3D videos, and at the end of every single month, I go live with a vlog to announce the winner of the 50 euros that you can then go spend on add-ons for FLIGHTSIM. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.